Can't find nothing on the radio.
Ready, Steve?
Welcome to Songology. He's Bruce,
He's Richard.
and this is another episode from our Song of the Day archives.
Enjoy.
Hello, Bruce. It's another week. It's Halloween. What's going on? It's going to be scary, isn't it?
Of course it's going to be scary. You know that we gotta do some spooky stuff leading up to Halloween on Song of the Day, right?
Right.
And to warn people in advance, we're not going to do the Monster Mash and we're not going to do Thriller, because everybody does that. So we have to be different, right?
Yes. Dare to be different.
Although we're going to start off...
Or in this case, it's scared to be different.
Scared to be... Oh, very clever. Let's look at different monsters and Halloween-ish things. Starting off with werewolves, right? Because werewolves are one of the older of the scary concepts. The idea of werewolves goes back into the Middle Ages in various places in Europe. And in fact, the first mainstream Hollywood werewolf movie goes all the way back to 1935.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. And it was a film called Werewolf of London, believe it or not. Now, you already know where I'm going with this.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Bit of a
I didn't
giveaway.
know that went back that far, if not farther.
Well, you see, and Werewolf of London was a big deal back in the day. A fan of old Hollywood horror movies was none other than Phil Everly of the Everly Brothers. And he used to often stay up late at night watching these old horror movies. Well, you may remember that a few weeks back we were talking about Warren Zevon and the fact that Warren Zevon was the leader of the Everly Brothers backing band, right?
Right.
Okay, well, there used to be kind of a running joke between Phil Everly and Warren Zevon about these goofy movies that Phil Everly used to watch. And in particular, Everly was saying to Zevon, hey, you should write a song, a dance tune for the Everly Brothers and call it Werewolves of London. And this was a joke between them for quite a while. Well, also in that group, the backing band that was a guy by the name of Robert Wachtel, who was known as Waddy. Again, don't know why, but Waddy Wachtel, who showed up in various records, not only the Everly Brothers, but as a session musician and in other places as well. So if you fast forward a few years from the time when Warren Zevon was with the Everlys, he was on his own. And while they were playing with some guitars after a dinner party, Warren Zevon, Waddy Wachtel are sitting around strumming guitars and reminiscing about, all the different things that they had done with the Everly Brothers. And they came up with a particular riff on the guitars that they really quite liked. And they're playing it and doing little variations of it, and it was the foundation of what became the song. Well, they're playing this over and over again and sitting talking about it when somebody else from the party walks in and says, hey, what are you guys playing? And Warren Zevon immediately says, oh, this is Werewolves of London. And Waddy Wachtel immediately starts howling, and they both start laughing. They think this is hilarious. And then as they keep strumming along, and then Warren Zevon says, I saw a werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand. And Waddy Wachtel replies, walking through the streets of Soho in the rain. And so they went back and forth. It took a while. It wasn't really super fast, but it took a while for them. But they traded lyric lines back and forth until they had a song.
Oh.
And that's how they wrote the song. I can also tell you that what you will hear on Werewolves of London is, in addition to Warren Zevon, you will hear John McVie and Mick Fleetwood from Fleetwood Mac on bass and drums, respectively. And a final point, I can tell you that there really is a Chinese restaurant in Soho called Lee Ho Fook. And it's an actual restaurant. It's on, if you ever want to go there, it's off of Leicester Square on Gerrard Street in London's Chinatown. So it's actually not, it's near Soho, not that far away. I did, in looking into this, look around on Google Earth or Google Maps or whatever it was. And at least as of a couple of years ago, it's still there.
Huh.
So you could go to Lee Ho Fook's restaurant and have a dish of beef chow mein.
Just don't do it on the night of a full moon.
But they also apparently have a big picture of Warren Zevon displayed at the restaurant.
Well,
so
made better. It probably has brought him a lot of business.
Indeed, I bet they sell a lot of beef chow mein. So here is the Werewolves of London.
And I'm going to cut it right there, because if this was radio, I'd play the entire song. But since copyright's a little bit different on YouTube, we'll have to work that out. I'll give you a link in a moment. But first, please subscribe to the channel. The button's down there or over there, wherever it appears. And we're going to upload about 200 episodes from Song of the Day from our radio show. And once that's all caught up with, Bruce has a lifetime worth of material to work with. Check us out on Facebook. We're at Songology, as well as on our website, songology.ca. And now, if you click over here, you can listen to the full Werewolves of London.